Welcome to Baikal Chevy of Valley Stream, a family-owned dealership dedicated to providing an exceptional car buying experience. Our knowledgeable and friendly staff are committed to building strong customer relationships and ensuring your needs are met efficiently. We understand that your time is precious, so we've streamlined our process to make your visit efficient and enjoyable. Come visit us today at 709 West Merrick Road, Valley Stream, New York.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at Sherwin-Williams.
Leadership is not a gift. It's a choice. Decide to lead.
Hello and welcome to the David S. Mack Sports and Exhibition Complex for some EIWA dual meet action as the Hofstra Pride take on the Diplomats of Franklin and Marshall. Last weekend the Pride lost to the University of Pennsylvania and are 5-5 on the season and 2-1 in conference action. The Diplomats are coming off of a 27-11 loss to LIU earlier today and are 2-3 overall and 1-2 in conference. Hofstra comes in with two ranked wrestlers in their lineup with Kyle Mosher and Ross McFarland. As for Franklin and Marshall, they don't have any ranked starters, but at 141 pounds, Bryce Crescio leads all of D1 with 29 wins and is tied for 9th nationally in pins with 7. I'm Olivia Hillstead, joined alongside Anthony Hidalgo today. Anthony, what are some of the matches you are looking forward to today, or some of the guys that we should watch out for?
Well, Olivia, as you mentioned, Bryce Crescio having one of the most wins in the NCAA at 29 wins so far in the season will be a great matchup to look out for. We got a couple of rematches today, including this first matchup that we'll be able to take a look at with Jack Parker taking on Dylan Acevedo. They last met at the Journeyman Classic on November 10th with Acevedo taking the loss 5-1, so we'll see as the action gets started if he'll be able to get his win back.
And we're off here at 125 pounds. Some hand fighting. A little fake there by Acevedo to get this match started. Like you said, this is a rematch, so these guys have met before. They're a little familiar with each other. These teams are very familiar with each other, as Dylan Acevedo in on a single leg here. Parker doing a good job of sprawling back and getting his leg away, but the ref is going to call stalemate, so they'll go back to their feet.
Great start there by Acevedo, trying to get quick offense out.
More hand fighting here. Acevedo has outside collar tie here. Parker working inside. Clear ties there, but right back to it. Not too much motion here. It's still kind of in the center of the mat as we get to about a minute into this first period.
Both wrestlers really just jostling for position, trying to get as little advantage as possible.
Earlier today, Parker lost in a 1-0 match when Franklin and Marshall took on LIU. Little shot attempt there, but didn't commit too much to the attack. Parker got his hand on the leg there as Acevedo takes a shot in on the leg. But Parker's going to use that offense for himself and gets to Acevedo's leg as they go out of bounds. Nice little re-attack there. Notice as Acevedo came up, the leg was open and Parker was able to get down to it.
Yeah, great job there by Parker trying to find an opening, not letting Acevedo try to get this quick open start.
We're tying here. Both coaches calling for some more action, some more aggression from these guys as they've kind of been locked up top here, which is interesting to see from some lightweight guys.
Yeah, just a minute left here in this first period. Neither wrestler with a clear advantage just yet.
Yeah, Acevedo's trying to work a Russian or a key lock there, but Parker's also doing some tricky hand fighting here. Little post on the head and heavy collar tie there. Wanting to see some more action with the feet, trying to create some openings and some more level changes here as we getting towards the end of this first period. Trying to dig some underhooks here, but
yeah, neither wrestler leaving a opening for the other one, really. Just not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting to blink first.
Just a couple more seconds and then that's going to be it for this first period. So it's going to be Acevedo's choice. He's going to go ahead and defer. So it'll be Parker. He'll take bottom. Parker, a sophomore from Virginia.
Parker currently 14 and 13 here on the season. 7-4 here in EIWA matches.
Then we have Acevedo, the senior, also from New Jersey. Or excuse me, not also from New Jersey, but from New Jersey. So Parker's going to get the escape there, put some points on the board. But they're right back to this hand fight here. And so Acevedo starting to work that Russian, got out of it, and now each guy with an underhook. And nice little arm spin attempt by Parker. Didn't work, but he'll work to the leg here. He's going to try to crowd the body here. Acevedo doing a good job of backing away from that pressure. Heavy with a whizzer there. But Parker's going to come around up top, get Acevedo's head. So right on the edge of the mat here. Foot is still in. Acevedo really stretched out here. He's got to be able to adjust here. Kind of a hard spot as Parker's pulling Acevedo back in bounds, controlling the leg there. Acevedo's trying to clear the lock there and get his leg free, but he's in a really difficult spot there as Parker swings the leg, kind of break that and get even deeper in on the leg there. Still trying to raise it. Acevedo hand fighting here, trying to get to the arms, but they'll go out of bounds. So brilliant defense by Acevedo there. It was a beautiful arm spin attempt there by Parker, but wasn't able to get there, but great re-attack. What a sequence.
Great, yeah, great reactions there from Acevedo. Not letting Parker get that wrap around his leg, just holding on for dear life there.
So that took a lot of time off the clock here, as just pretty short time in the second period. Still just 1-0, so this match is very narrow. Little step there, but it's going to do it for the second period. So you can watch right here, beautiful arm spin attempt. Acevedo did a good job of dropping, not letting him throw that, but Parker adjusted really well to get to the leg.
As you mentioned before, Olivia, these two know each other well, definitely have each other scouted out pretty well. So as we enter this final period, it'll be interesting to see, you know, who's going to blink first, and if either one of them will have something new to break out.
Parker's got another underhook here. Acevedo controlling a wrist. Parker's trying to go for double underhooks there. Acevedo now trying to go for something. Maybe a fireman's, but didn't fully commit to it, so stuck in this front headlock here. But working out as Parker still has an underhook. That's going to be edge of the mat, so they'll get reset in the center here. Minute and 12 on the clock. Riding time not a factor. Acevedo starting to pick up the tempo as he takes a shot. His head is stuffed, but Parker, hand on the ankle, making it difficult for Acevedo to turn that corner or come out the back. Acevedo still holding on though. Parker starting to circle around. And he'll get around and get that takedown for 3. 4-0 right now with just about 30 seconds left in this match. Acevedo was quick to build up to his feet there, but Parker just broke him back down.
30 seconds.
Now just about 20 seconds left. Looks like Parker's just putting all of his weight on Acevedo, not just trying to do best he can not to let him out. Keep the score where it is right now.
Acevedo's trying to work to control hands there, but he's going to run out of time here in this first match of the afternoon. But there was some great offense from both guys, but Parker was just able to capitalize on it. What really, I think, put him ahead of Acevedo was the re-attacks. His first attack didn't normally work, but he was able to adjust and keep moving. So.
Absolutely. We saw both wrestlers. They didn't get many opportunities at each other, but the ones that Parker was able to get, he was able to convert on, especially in that third and final period. So now we'll move on to the next matchup. We'll see Chase Liardi here for the Pride, taking on Mason Leapart, a captain here for the Diplomats. Leapart 6-6 on the season so far. For Liardi, one of 4 wrestlers for the Pride with 10 victories so far in the season.
Now this should be a pretty good match, as Liardi has beaten some ranked guys in the past, has been up there, and Leapart himself has been ranked numerous times in the past few seasons, so should be a fairly competitive match here. Starting with some hand fighting. Nice little shot attempt there. Liardi sprawls out well. Liardi now working for a Russian. And he'll get to the leg, coming out the back. Trying to isolate a side here and turn the corner, but Leapart doing a good job of getting to the ankle. And Liardi still working here as they're in a pretty good scramble here. Leapart with the leg, but it's going to be stopped for potentially dangerous on that knee there, but
it's a great move there by Liardi, getting out fast, not letting any time go by, trying to get some offense in there, pick up some quick points.
Nice little shot attempt there by Leapart, but sprawl by Liardi. He's got an underhook here. His Leapart's head down, using his shoulder to really bring his head down to his leg. Liardi on the leg here. Leapart with a whizzer, but Liardi doing a good job of continuing to move with that leg. Leapart going for the Jonesy tilt, but Liardi does a good job of dropping, and he's got Leapart on his back for a second there, so he'll get a takedown. No near fall points, but that was a beautiful takedown and a way to adjust by Liardi there. Looks like he's setting up a cradle here, jumping over here, and he's got Leapart on his back here. Trying to go for it right now. We'll see how Liardi is able to adjust, if he can get his head up and his hips down a little bit. Might be able to stick him here. He's got the time. He's got over a minute left in this first period. This would be a huge win for the Pride. Liardi now just kind of has to adjust and settle into this. Leapart's going to try to just get his shoulders off the mat. Kind of a difficult spot here. Liardi continuing to adjust. You don't want to lose this. This is
a great position here for Liardi as we now reach a minute here in riding time, so it looks like Liardi will get a point at the end of this match.
So that's going to be 4 near fall, but he's still kind of got it. So we'll see if Liardi can adjust here, try to go for it again. He's still got Leapart pretty squished up here, adjusting again. Now this one might be it, but no, Leapart's going to wiggle out of it. But it's going to be 4 more near fall here. But now Leapart's in a place where he could get the reversal. Liardi's going to just hold onto the legs as we get to the end of this first period. 3 seconds on the clock, and the referee's going to stop it for give a stall warning to Liardi and reset them here in the center of the mat. But that was great to get Liardi ahead in this match. A pin would have been huge for the Pride. Of course, this is only the second match. Team score right now, 0-3 in favor of the Diplomats.
Yeah, a very impressive first period there for Liardi. You know, he was very clearly going after that leg left there of of Liebhardt and just kept attacking it, got into a very advantageous position, got that near fall, and now we'll see how he continues here in the second period.
So Liebhardt deferred there. Liardi took neutral, trying to go for another takedown, but yeah, that sequence was beautiful. Liebhardt trying to go after the Jonesy on Liardi's shot, but he adjusted well and dropped right in time. Liebhardt now on the leg, Liardi trying to break some space, and they'll stalemate and go back to their feet. Both guys keeping a little bit more distance here. They both know each other is pretty dangerous as shot attempt there, but Liardi did sprawl out, but Liebhardt was able to just keep moving and get over him. So he'll get a takedown of his own to bring this match to 7-3. About a minute left in the second period.
1 minute.
Great response by Liebhardt, getting himself on the board now. We'll see if he can catch up any with just 45 seconds left here in the second period.
Liebhardt using his head there to control Liardi's arms, trying to use a head lever to really bring him down. It's a tough position to build from, but Liardi doing a good job. But Liebhardt looks like he's trying to get an arm bar here. And he'll get a tilt here. He's getting swipes for back exposure. So this is a dangerous spot for Liardi to be in, as 4 near fall will tie up this match to 7-7. That'll do it for the second period. Tied up going into this third, but lots of action from both guys.
Yeah, great job there from Liebhardt to respond after a slow start in the first period and taking nearly 40 seconds off from the riding time. So what would have been an advantage for Liardi at the end of this now, not nearly as a factor.
So Liardi's going to take bottom going into this third period. He'll get set. Quick to his feet. Liebhardt lift and mat return there. Coach Jamie Franco telling Liardi to get going, as Liebhardt is once again pretty heavy, especially on Liardi's shoulders, which makes it difficult for him to get his head up and his hips under him, but Liardi's starting to build as they inch towards edge of the mat here. Still trying to adjust here. The last time Liebhardt was here at Hofstra, he was ranked number 28 in the country and beat Dylan Ryder by major decision 14-0.
Hey, 2 feet, let's go!
Liardi was not in the lineup at that time, but these two programs are very familiar with each other. Though Hofstra seems to have the advantage in history, but I'll tell you more about that after we get reset here. Minute and 6 seconds on the clock. So Liebhardt really quick there to that chop and drive to break Liardi down, but difficult spot here for Liardi. It seems like Liebhardt is very tough on top. He's trying to set up that turn again. Liardi trying to build, but Liebhardt really on that head lever, putting his head right into Liardi's shoulder, making it very difficult. It's going to be another stall warning on Liardi. Excuse me, first stall warning, so no points yet, but if he gets hit again, that will be a point. Now we got a stall warning on Liebhardt, so both guys are 1 stall warning away from a point. Yeah,
Liardi really working hard, really trying to do his best to get out from underneath, but Liepard doing a great job at just keeping all his weight on top of him, not letting him find any openings to escape.
So that was actually the second caution on Liepard there, so, or excuse me, second caution on Liardi, so it's going to be 1 point for Liepard here. He also is leading in riding time. He had caution on Green, so on Liardi. We've got over a minute of riding time, so right now, with 23 seconds on the clock, Liardi has got to get moving, score some points to come back in this match. He's trying to control hands here and build up to his feet as he sits out. He's got to peel that hand off his waist, but he's going to run out of time here as the clock winds down. And so a very frustrating loss here for the Pride at 133 pounds as Liepard will take the victory 9-7 over Chase Liardi.
Yeah, a tough loss there for Liardi. Had a great start there, was coming out on all cylinders, but Liepard just settled back down in that second period, tied it up, and just was in complete control that whole third period. Does not give Chase any opportunities to gather any points there, just really stifling any offense. Next up here, we have Justin Hoyle here for the Pride, taking on Bryce Crescio, one of the captains here for the Diplomats. Crescio, as you mentioned earlier, 29 wins this season, the most in the NCAA.
Yeah, Crescio earlier today coming off of another win at LAU, major decision, 9-1. Then, of course, he's got Justin Hoyle here for the Pride in his 6th year on the team, trying to make the most of his last season. Hoyle working a front headlock here, bringing Crescio down really well, putting his head to the mat. While trying to get his hips back, really bring him flat. Crescio just trying to build, and that's going to be a stalemate. Last two matches have been pretty heavy in the hand fight game, which is normally where Hoyle's able to get the advantage. So he's setting up a Russian here, one of his favorites. Pressuring into Crescio. Like we said, we know Crescio's dangerous. Tied for 9th in all of D1 with 7 pins, so he knows how to end a match.
Yeah, just one of 14 wrestlers in the whole country with at least 20 D1 victories, so this is a great opportunity for Hoyle to try and get a big signature win on the season, especially as we get closer here to EIWAs.
That's going to be a stall warning on Crescio. He was avoiding the action there as Hoyle led him outside of the mat. Crescio now trying to work front headlock or some more control here. Clear ties though. Hoyle adjusting well.
1 minute.
Hoyle trying to create some space here. About 50 seconds left in this first period, still scoreless. Crescio with a underhook here. Hoyle working kind of a modified Russian. Crescio still has that underhook. He's got to be dangerous here. Gets to the leg here. Hoyle lifts from the waist. Hoyle trying to adjust and get his hips back as Crescio's going to circle and try to follow the legs. Referee says nothing yet, no good. Now he started to get swipes and then referee took it back. Still neutral here. That's going to be 3 for a takedown there for Crescio. Put him on the board. He's got Hoyle's leg here as we get done with this first period, but good flurry of action there on the edge of the mat. Hoyle's going to defer, and so it'll be Cresho's choice, and he'll take bottom going into the second period.
Yeah, great move by Cresho there at the end of that period. Just able to get his leg locked around Hoyle's, secure that takedown, take the early 3-0 lead.
Cresho's going to get to his feet real quick. As he gets up, he'll adjust well and look for the leg there. It's going to be locking hands call. So a point will be awarded there, but Cresho's still trying to turn this corner and get to Hoyle's legs, and he'll get another takedown. Started the second period fast, got to his feet and adjusted. So it's going to put him up 5-0 over Justin Hoyle. Hoyle trying to get to his feet, but Cresho dropping to a leg. Nice little kick there. Trip Hoyle up. Hoyle fighting the hands here, using his head. Cresho's hitting him with a crossface and now trying to break him back down. Using that head lever, worked for an arm bar. We saw Liebhardt use that earlier in the match against Liardi. Hoyle doing a good job of limp arming out of it, but now Cresho has the arm bar, and so this is a dangerous position as he tries to set up a half on the other side. Really deep on the arm bar here. He'll get Hoyle on his back, but Hoyle adjusts really well, so no swipes there. So we're getting down in time here in the second period.
10 seconds.
Hoyle not really trying to build as time starts to wind down. So way to pick up the pace there from Cresho. Just gets the takedown here. And see, and so it's, that actually is just counted as a reversal, but beautiful adjustment to get to his feet and keep contact with Hoyle and attack there. Put himself up 6-0 going into this third period. So started in neutral here, so Hoyle's really going to look for a takedown. He's going to need more than just a takedown. He'll need to get him on his back to put some points on the board.
Yeah, Cresho proving why he is at the top of the country with wins, just absolutely relentless in his attack. Continuing again, just really working that left leg here of Hoyle, not giving him a second to even breathe.
Yeah, it was another really good attack there, and Hoyle's going to get hit with a stall warning here for fleeing the mat, but knows he didn't want to pressure into Cresho there. Saw how dangerous he was earlier in this match as Cresho gets to an underhook here. Gets to the leg again. Hoyle working for an ankle here. Cresho trying to free his leg here, and he'll get to Hoyle's ankle. Start to tilt here if he can expose Hoyle's back. Hoyle just holding on to this ankle under a minute here. Both guys just making little adjustments here. Cresho coming out the back now. Hoyle still has the leg, but Cresho will do it and get another takedown, and so he's really taking control of the match here in major decision territory here for the Diplomats.
30 seconds, stall point awarded to Franklin.
Second stall warning is going to be another point for Cresho.
Hoyle doing his best here, but at some point the mental factor has to come in. Hasn't had anything working for him so far. So we get down to just the final 10 seconds here. It's just not going to be enough for Justin Hoyle today.
Yeah, really tough match here with riding time. Cresho put himself up 11-0 over Justin Hoyle, and so that's going to be 4 points for the Diplomats, who are starting to run away with this dual meet. They'll move to 10-0. Saw the end of that takedown there. That really helped secure Crescio's victory.
Next up here, we got 149 pounds. It's going to be Josh Hillard here for Franklin and Marshall, coming in with a 7-10 record on the year against Noah Tapia, as we mentioned earlier, tied for the lead with 10 victories on the season, 10-10. 2-1 here in EIWA.
Tapia working a Russian here. Hillard getting his hips back. Clear ties here. Hillard with a little shot, but quick response there from Tapia. Got a front headlock. Hillard reaching on the elbow there, trying to bring him down. Some good defense. Tapia will clear that though. He's got an underhook and a front headlock here. Hillard tried to clear that, but Tapia's going to use that for himself and get to the leg here. Trying to adjust on the edge of the mat, keeping his toes in. Hillard trying to... So they'll actually call that out and get reset in the center there.
Yeah, great start there for Tapia. You know, taking it straight to Hillard. A little bit different than in the previous matches where it seemed like Hofstra just started falling behind, but here, Tapia not letting that happen.
Tapia once again the one pressuring here, controlling the center of the mat more. He's got his underhook, really pressuring Hillard here on the edge of the mat. Nice little duck to get to the legs here for a double. Hillard tried to lock and throw there. Tapia's still around the legs, but they're going to go out of bounds as Tapia's foot hit the court side, actually. So they'll get reset here. Hillard coming off of a 8-4 loss just a couple hours ago at LIU. Of course, the Pride coming off of a kind of beat down by the University of Pennsylvania last weekend, but that was a tough matchup for the Pride.
Yeah, UPenn having or Pennsylvania having 7 different ranked wrestlers. It was an uphill battle for the Pride all day long.
Tapia working a front headlock again. And he'll spin around, but no takedown yet. He's got to get Hillard down to his legs, and so that'll be the takedown there for Tapia. Just over 30 seconds left in this first period, but Hillard on a leg, so he's still able to adjust. Tapia got the leg now. A lot of scrambling there. Tapia trying to bring Hillard back down without putting himself in a dangerous position, and he's able to. So he'll maintain control there. No change. But some really good action there.
Yeah, great move there by Tapia. A great response attempt there for Hillard, but it seems like Tapia just one step ahead.
So you can see Tapia did a really good job of following there and staying close to the body as Hillard tried to roll and adjust on his own. But he did get to Tapia's leg, started to elevate it, but Tapia just brilliant on the scramble to adjust, maintain control there.
Yeah, great job at responding, grabbing at the right ankle there of Hillard, just not letting him get that clear escape, keeping him close.
So we'll do a little check-in on the score here. 0-10 favor of the Diplomats right now. Just interesting as Hofstra's on a 8 dual meet win streak over Franklin and Marshall currently.
Yeah, 9-1 Hofstra in their last 10 meets against Franklin and Marshall here. Hofstra 2-1 in their EIWA duels. Franklin and Marshall 1-1, so very close here in the standings. Hofstra is their 11th duel of the season. Franklin and Marshall just their 5th. So some interesting or standing outcomes potentially here, depending on how Hofstra is able to finish out.
These teams have had pretty similar results so far as in terms of conference schedule, as they both lost to Binghamton, both beat Sacred Heart. Hofstra, of course, going to travel to LIU next week, take on the Sharks, but they're coming in with a win over Morgan State. We'll give you another look here of that sequence in the scramble. Tapia, once again, just followed brilliantly, stayed really tight to the body there to adjust and keep control. But all these teams in the new Independence division of the EIWA, as they broke into 2 dual meet divisions. Independence division, of course, having Binghamton, Drexel, Morgan State, and Sacred Heart. Patriot division, on the other hand, has American, Army, Bucknell, Lehigh, and Navy. Of course, they'll still compete in one combined EIWA championships, which is coming up at the beginning of March. So just a few more dual meets for both teams before they go into postseason.
Yeah, Hofstra, as you mentioned, taking on LIU. Quick short ride here up to Brookville, New York, here on Long Island, before they welcome Drexel for their senior day here at Hofstra. And as you said, all they have left is the George Mason Last Chance Open, and then March 7th, EIWA start up.
Yeah, so the call there is going to be locked hands on Tapia. So it's going to be 1 point for Hillard. Franco still arguing on this call. Of course, you can't lock hands while you're on the mat. The second the knees are up, though, you're able to. So right here, no problem if Tapia locks his hands, but Hillard will get the escape there as he cleared there. So it's going to bring this match to 3-2. About 10 seconds left in this first period.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that's going to do it. Tapia leading with that takedown, but Hillard doing a good job of keeping himself in this.
Yeah, both wrestlers getting their shots in there. A great escape there from Hillard there at the end. Drawback within 1 here as we enter the third and final period. Tapia's gonna start up on top.
Yeah, so Hillard trying to roll again, but Tapia staying close. He's actually got a leg in this time, choosing to kind of go for a leg ride, but dangerous there as Hillard noticed Tapia was too high there. He was able to shake him off, get the escape, and get back to his feet and tie up this match. Kind of unique there. Tapia isn't someone who I normally see leg riding, but thought maybe that would be helpful, I guess, against Hillard, someone who's able to sit out and turn in to try to create some distance, but worked in Hillard's favor there as he was able to shake him off. So Tapia's going to work this underhook again, trying to bring Hillard down. Hillard trying to get under Tapia. Still in this position.
1 minute.
Tapia trying to tighten up this headlock. Ref's going to call stalemate. They'll get reset here on their feet.
We reach less than a minute here left in this third period. Little attempt there from Hillard, but Tapia not letting anything happen. Goes for that right leg. Great move there, but a response from Hillard.
So Hillard has a front headlock of his own here. Trying to bring Tapia down.
30 seconds.
Tapia in that tripod, just building himself up. He'll get away there. So diffused the offense there. So we get to a pretty short time left in this second period. Tapia is someone who we've seen able to get away with the win after some pretty close matches, but also from being down on points. So you'll see here, Hillard had the underhook there, heavy on that head. But Tapia did a good job of just holding on to that elbow and starting to build. Now at the start of the third, Tapia chose bottom. He's getting to his feet pretty quick, but Hillard will drop down to a leg. So they're working on the edge of the mat here. See, ref's gonna hit Hillard with a stall warning there, taking Tapia out of bounds. Nice little chop and drive there. Trying to break Tapia down, but he'll build to his feet again. Got one arm posted. He'll clear hands to get the escape there. Put himself up for 4-3. Riding time not a factor. Hillard really picking up his pace. Tapia just shutting down any of his offense. In on that underhook again. He doesn't need to go big here as he is still in the lead, but you know, Tapia likes the throws, likes those big moves. So if Tapia can hold on to this win as he is in another pretty ideal position here with the underhook. Gets around Hillard here. Just got to bring him down. He's got to be careful here because we know Hillard is quick to respond when he's returned to the mat. But a beautiful mat return there for Noah Tapia to get another takedown and move himself up to 7-3 in this match.
Yeah, great mat return there from Tapia, just growing that lead now up to 4 here with just 10 seconds left. Hillard desperately trying to get him onto his back.
Kind of a stall warning on Tapia there, but Hillard wasn't able to get any adjustment there for a possible reversal or escape. So they'll get reset with 4 seconds on the clock. So that's gonna do it. Tapia's gonna get this win. It's 7-3 for win by decision. So that's gonna put the Pride on the board, make it 3-10. Nice, beautiful mat return there by Noah Tapia.
Yeah, great job Tapia there in that third period. Got the escape point, and then from that point on was just really denying Hillard there any chance at getting any points back there. Found his opening with the mat return and got the takedown to seal that victory. Here we got Jarius Clark here for the Pride, taking on Luke Bender.
Some heavy hands there from Clark to start this match. Really digging that underhook there. Aggressive with it, pushing into him. Hit really hard on Bender as Clark able to get down to a leg. Pretty flattened out here though as he's trying to stay inside. Bender with a good whizzer there, but Clark will limp out of that. Starting to reach for the far arm there. He's gonna pull Bender back in bounds, keeping the leg, climbing the body, so he'll get around. Trying to bring him down, and he will for a nice little easy takedown there for Clark.
Great start here for Clark. Has yet to get a victory here in the EIWA season, so you know he's got to be hungry to get on the board himself. Pull Hofstra back closer in this matchup.
They'll get reset here. Minute into this first period, but saw a lot of heart out of Jarius Clark last weekend. Wrestling against UPenn, he basically got dropped on his head, but was able to come back and finish out that match.
Yeah, it was a scary moment there for Jarius, you know, against Jude Swisher, Penn. Tough loss there, but glad to see him back. It doesn't look like it's affecting him, and he's coming out hungry.
So Clark, it's a nice little claw here. Really heavy as Bender is on his feet, but having a hard time getting clear as Clark comes down to the crotch, and a nice little lift on the edge of the mat.
He'll spill out of bounds here. We got another reset. Minute and a half left here in this first period.
Quick reset here. Clark back to that claw. Looking for a spiral here. One hand on the thigh there that Bender's going to try to pry off. Clark's going to adjust and go down to the leg and follow, climbing the body. Keep his position on top here. Really heavy on the left side there.
1 minute.
Bender really having a hard time clearing hands. Clark going to go down to the crotch again and lift for another mat return. They're going to go out here.
Yeah, great performance so far here from Clark. Just has a response at every turn for whatever Bender has to throw at him.
Bender, a sophomore from Delaware. Clark, a redshirt sophomore from New Jersey. Last time these two teams met, Clark beat Dominic Wheatley, also on the roster for the Diplomats, 7-4 to score that match. So Clark, a little hook on the ankle here, making it difficult for Bender to build up. Got Bender's face down. Trying to hold on here. Neither guy really feeling any pressure or trying to make something happen. Just kind of hanging out there as we get to the end of that first period. Clark leads 3-0. So Clark's going to defer. See that lift there by Clark. Beautiful mat return. So Bender's going to take neutral. Wasn't able to get out from under Clark, so elected to start fresh. Look for his own takedown. Well, shot there by Bender, but Clark quick to re-attack there. It's going to be a takedown given to Bender. Interesting, that was pretty fast. A stall warning on Bender. Now that was a really fast call there. Of course, reaction time is a point of contention in the wrestling community. How much time do you allow guys before you call a takedown? But Clark's gonna get out though. Bring this score to 4-3.
Great escape there. Clark allowing him to get back, and he's seemed in control for the most part. That, as you mentioned, we had a really quick takedown there by Bender tying up the score, but for the most part, it's really been all Clark here dictating the pace.
Clark's been controlling the center of the mat so far this match. Starting to back up a little bit as Bender takes a shot deep on Clark's legs. He'll adjust for a double and he'll get a takedown. Got past Clark's defense really quick there, making pretty light work as he is in a little spiral ride of his own now. Moving the hand to the waist, bringing Clark's legs together, making it difficult for him to stand up. Clark building though on his feet, controlling the hands, peeling the hands. Bender's moving down to the leg, but Clark able to get the escape there. So the score is once again tied at 6-6.
Real back and forth action here from both wrestlers. Clark doing a great job at just being able to escape anytime Bender's gotten that quick takedown.
So short time left in the second period. Clark, of course, has a lot of riding time with about minute 32. Though I don't think these guys are going to slow down their offense anytime soon. It seems like they're just trading attacks back and forth.
Yeah, it seems like neither one of them wants to let this be dictated by riding time. They want that clear, decisive victory over one another.
So moving into this third period, looks like we might be a little review here. We're actually going to see Dominic Wheatley again later tonight, or we won't, but he has moved up to 174 pounds, so not quite 157 like he was last season when he took on Clark, but looks like 174 will be Nick Alvarez for the Diplomats, so see that in a couple of matches. Of course, next up for the Pride will be Kyle Mosher, ranked number 28 in the coaches poll recently, so making a big impact his first year here with the Pride. So they're actually going to take a point away from Clark there, make the score 5-6 in favor of Bender. Clark's going to take bottom, start this third period. Clark quick to his feet. He'll get the escape there. Now tie it up 6-6.
Yeah, great response there from Clark. You know, he had the 1 point deduction, but instantly just gets the point back there.
Clark with wrist control and an underhook. Bender will clear it. Bender reaches across. Good defense on Clark here. Guys locked up here in the hand fight. Bender starting to push Clark out. Clark doing a good job of continuing to circle and not just back up, so he's avoiding getting hit with stalling there. Nice shot by Bender. Beautiful sprawl by Clark. Great minds think alike. Clark gonna do smart idea to get back to the center as Bender takes just a long shot, really from distance, so not gonna be too effective on a guy like Clark who's really fast on the sprawl.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit more than that for Bender to try and get into an advantageous position here. Clark just a bit of clairvoyance there, just sees it coming from a mile away, not allowing anything to get past him.
It's going to be a stall warning on Clark. I believe that's his second one, so that might be a point as Clark has 2 underhooks here. Drop down the body. See, he's locking right now, but it's not a takedown yet, so it's okay as Bender able to just get out of that, get to another take down attempt of his own.
Franklin and Marshall bench getting up and at it, cheering on Bender here as we come to the end of the period.
So Clark's gonna get the riding time point to win this very narrow match, 7-6. And put 3 points on the board for the Pride to bring it to 9-10. So we're really all tied up here about halfway through this dual meet.
Yeah, fantastic showing there from Clark. Just had an answer for everything that Bender was throwing at him. Great job getting Hofstra here within a point as we move on to our next matchup here. It's going to be at the 165-pound weight class. As you mentioned earlier, Kyle Mosher taking on Josh Palmucci. Palmucci last time Hofstra met against Franklin Marshall took the loss against Jake Slotnick, 5-2 by decision. So see if he has any more luck against Mosher, who's been one of the top wrestlers here for the Pride this season.
Yeah, is Mosher quick to the takedown here, climbing the body. He's got that leg just completely overwhelming Palmucci here. Really bending him up. He's got him on his, got a little bit of exposure there. Not quite on his back though. Mosher doing a good job of really lifting his leg there. You can see Palmucci's face is, he's in a lot of pain here in this position.
He's really struggling there to keep his composure, just try to get even a breath of air to try and fight his way out of this one.
Yeah, Mosher continuing to adjust, not letting that leg go, using it as his lever, working for the hands. Mosher's got plenty of time to adjust here, though. Try to get Palmucci on his back. Palmucci eventually will get to his belly here and slightly better position, but Mosher just completely overwhelming him so far, about halfway through this first period. Palmucci trying to build here as he'll get to Mosher's leg. Mosher got a little bit too far out front. Palmucci's head down though. He'll have to try to pick a side. Mosher continuing to work on the edge here. Lifting the leg.
1 minute.
Palmucci trying to climb the body here, but Mosher making it really difficult with his lift, and so they'll go out of bounds and get reset. Mosher on top, but what a way to start this first period.
I was thinking the exact same thing, just Mosher coming out the gates, firing there. Almost nearly thought we had a pin there within the first 5 seconds, but Palmucci did a great job bridging to keep his shoulders off the mat and trying to at least get himself turned over. But since then, it's been all Mosher. Mosher leads the lead for the team with the 3 pins this season. Nearly had a 4th there.
Yeah, a pin here would be huge for the Pride, and it's exactly what you want to see out of your ranked guys. Mosher coming in ranked 32, 30, 28 by various polls, so he's up there and he's getting that national attention. You know, a little aggressive there as he was trying to clear his hand, but he'll put a power half in here as his 1 leg in on a ride. Just completely overwhelming Palmucci. Short time here in this first period. But if you're Jamie Franco, this is exactly what you want to see out of not only your ranked guys, but your older guys. Mosher, a grad student coming from Columbia, using his last year here at Hofstra, while Palmucci, a junior.
Yeah, fantastic first period there from Mosher, absolutely setting the tone. You mentioned coming from Columbia, 51 and 33 in his 4 seasons there. Columbia, and just been a great addition here for this Pride roster.
So Mosher took bottom to start this second period. Mosher finds himself in this position a lot, where he is trying to really lean into the other guy and try to adjust to get out, but it's just an awkward position as he had his arms back there and didn't quite work out this time as he gets Mosher back down, but he's probably gonna do it here again. Reaching back for the head. But Palmucci doing a good job of not. Palmucci gonna try to use this for his own advantage, but Mosher just too strong in that position and was able to get his hips out. The rest of his body followed.
Yeah, great move there by Mosher. As you mentioned earlier, him just trying to lean back, put all of his weight, you know, reverse that pressure onto his opponent, and it worked out there, just being able to slip out and get the escape now on top.
Yeah, Mosher up 7-0 right now in this match. Mosher heavy on top here. But Palmucci doing a good job of maintaining a base, and he's got his head down, but nothing too egregious. Mosher really heavy on this side. Short time in this second period, though.
Palmucci trying to pry those hands open.
Mosher will drop down to the leg to just maintain his position. That's going to do it for the second period, but stall warning on Mosher here. Get a little replay of the action that started it all.
Yeah, just a great job just from Mosher, just going and attacking out early, just staying on top, putting all his body weight, just looking to get some quick points, and it's just grown from there. As you mentioned, he's up 7-0 here as we start this third period.
And starting in neutral here. Mosher trying to clear there, and just did a beautiful job there of bringing Palmucci down and then circling around to get that takedown. Bringing his total 10-0 So he's just completely overwhelming Palmucci.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Just absolutely, as you said, yeah, overwhelming. I couldn't think of a better word than that.
That's going to be a stall warning on Palmucci. So he's trying to build, but just overwhelmed. Mosher getting out to the side here. Palmucci going to use that. Get to Mosher's leg. We have a minute left in this match. Mosher with well over a minute of riding time. So he should get a point there at the end of the match, but gonna get an escape here for Palmucci. So right now Mosher's looking at a win by major decision. So if he pushes the pace, could see a tech fall.
Yeah, exactly. 30 seconds left. I mean, quick takedown here and you never know. But it looks like both of them seem content with riding things out the way they are.
Palmucci used his underhook there to make Mosher take a pretty heavy step, but Mosher ducks there. Palmucci the front headlock. As time starts to wind down here. Good little last second attempt there by Palmucci, but Kyle Mosher is going to take the victory here, 11-1. Going to bring the Pride's team score back up. A good work from the grad student.
Yeah, probably the best performance we've seen out of the Pride so far today. Mosher just had a game plan, stuck to it, and just would not relent. Now we move on here. It's going to be Matthew Waddell for the Pride, taking on Nick Alvarez. Alvarez is 5-11 so far this season, 5-1 in the IWA, so he's been very impressive here in the conference season. Waddell 0-1 in the IWA, so we'll see if he can try and get his first victory of this conference season.
Team score all tied up here, 10-10. Doesn't get closer than this. Alvarez quick to the attacks there, but beautiful little throw by there for Waddell to get to the leg and a trip. Now he's just got to climb the body here to get his 3. What a beautiful sequence of offense there from Waddell. And straight to a good ride. Alvarez trying to build. Waddell heavy on the side here. Still in. Big mat return there. And they'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, good start here for Waddell. It really seems like the Pride have found their groove here as we've gone further along into this meet. Really coming to full steam in that last one. With Mosher and Waddell picking up right where he left off.
I want to talk about a guy who I've seen make a lot of progress in just a couple matches. Matthew Waddell is, you know, going into this season, Hofstra had 174 as kind of an open weight class. Weren't really sure who was going to fill it as Ross McFarland had moved up to 184, which you'll see him next. Kind of left this vacuum, and so Waddell's really stepped up in the last few matches that he's been competing here for the Pride. Of course, 2-6 on the season, but 2-3 in dual meet action, so gets those wins when they matter most. Alvarez got the escape there, and so Waddell able to work for another takedown. Blocked around the body here, but Alvarez using a wizard to avoid that. Waddell big lift right to his back. So he'll get the takedown. No swipes though, but what a beautiful drop. They'll get reset here in the center. (6-1) for Waddell right now. Still got about a minute in this first period.
Yeah, a lot of action here starting off this match here. Waddell already building a solid 5-point lead here. Secured already 46 seconds of riding time, so as we get further along to this matchup, we'll see if that comes back to be a factor. But great job starting off here.
A little caution there, but not too big a deal as they'll get to their feet here. Alvarez with another escape. So while Waddell looks great in neutral, just can't really get a ride on Alvarez, but doesn't need to at this point. Alvarez working a rush in here.
30 seconds.
He'll take a little shot, but nice reshot by Waddell. Nice defense. Continuing this flurry of action on the edge of the mat. Waddell go down right by the bench. He's all good. About 15 seconds here in just the first period.
10 seconds.
But starting off with some really good action here. So that's going to do it. It's going to be Waddell's choice. You can see that mat return there by Waddell. Way to lift and drop. Great stuff there. So he'll get set on bottom here. Alvarez quick to an arm lever. Saw him working that earlier. Waddell fast to his feet though, but Alvarez will drop down to the legs and bring him back down.
Alvarez didn't have much luck there in neutral in the first period, so electing to go on top, try and switch up the pace, trying to go on the offensive here. Gain back some of those points, shorten this deficit. He's been doing a great job so far.
He's got Waddell's leg locked up there with a little figure four, so it's going to be difficult. Waddell's got to pressure back into him and get his leg free in order to build. A little stall warning there on Waddell. Waddell struggling to build up here. Trying to get his knees under him. So plenty of time in the second period. Alvarez wants to use that leg. Gonna stall warning on Alvarez. Just kind of hanging on that leg, I guess. So they'll get reset here. Waddell to his feet. Alvarez dropping down to a leg. Waddell's got his arm there. And a big mat return there from Alvarez, and he's got Waddell on his back, and he got some swipes there. It's gonna be 2 points there. Franco's gonna throw the challenge brick. So we're gonna review this call.
Yeah, Franco clearly does not agree with the official there as they walk over to the scorer's table here, trying to plead his case.
So they'll get another look at that, but see that mat return and kind of flipped Waddell over there. But the question is, did he actually maintain control on that exposure?
Split second there after the mat take there. So from the replay, it looked like he got back around onto his stomach there, and we'll see what the refs say after this review, but Franco clearly has a case here. We'll see if they get another angle here.
See, I only see exposure for a second there. You need 2 clear seconds in order to get near fall points, but so they're going to actually stick with this call on the exposure, and so it's going to be 6-4 now. Alvarez starting to narrow up this score, but I think a good instance of throwing the challenge brick. A little caution there on Alvarez, but now Franco has lost the brick for the remainder of the dual meet, so hopefully he won't need it. later. Waddell to his feet, but Alvarez drops to the legs. On a leg. A little trip there. Tried to go for the same thing there, but Waddell bellied out. The Franklin and Marshall bench is very active here today.
Yeah, a few times now that we've seen numerous of them getting up under their feet, cheering on their teammates there. So you can see that they're looking to really come away today with a victory after that loss to LIU earlier.
So Alvarez tries to turn there, but Waddell follows well. Alvarez will get the escape, though, to bring this to 6-5. So we're really getting a pretty narrow match here after it seemed like Waddell was just taking control in the first period.
Alvarez has done a great job at adjusting, finding his openings, and just turning the momentum into his favor. But
now in neutral, this is where Waddell was able to get some of his points earlier. So we'll see what he tries to set up. But Alvarez pressuring with a rush in here. A little over a minute. A little shot attempt there by Alvarez. Another shot attempt there. Waddell's going to flatten out, sprawl out really well. Waddell with an underhook here and front headlock. It's going to be a stalemate. So they'll get reset, but everyone's fired up right now.
Yeah, really turned into a great matchup here. We get in here, less than 50 seconds left. Just 1 point difference, and Alvarez, he's got 54 seconds of riding time, so that could potentially come back and be a big factor, but he'll get the takedown there, so he'll actually take the lead going up 8-6 now. Just about 30 seconds left.
Huge takedown there for Alvarez. They were in kind of a 50-50. Either guy could really throw or trip the other one, but Alvarez pressured in well, got his hips under him, and was able to bring Waddell down and win that position. So pretty savvy wrestling there to know where your body was at and adjust. So now Waddell in a really tough spot. He needs more than just an escape. He needs an escape and a takedown to bring this match closer, but his time's gonna run down here, and what a reversal of how the first period started. As Alvarez is gonna walk away with a 9-6 victory, and so that's gonna be 3 more for the Diplomats, and it's coming down to the wire for the Pride.
Yeah, huge win there for Alvarez. Just the second time today where it seemed like Hofstra had the advantage, but Franklin Marshall able to come back and steal some points. Take a look there at the end.
Yeah, Waddell tried to get one last attack there, but it was no good. So we'll move on.
And we're gonna see Ross McFarland, ranked 26 for the Flow Wrestling polls, taking on Leo Varga. McFarland been a real highlight for the Pride here. So coming in at a great time to try and reset things, reset the momentum, get Hofstra back on the board, tie things up.
Both guys kind of keeping their distance, but McFarland will break that in for an underhook. Some quick movements here. McFarland with an underhook, trying to throw it by and get to the leg, but Varga doing a good job of adjusting there and almost using the offense there for his own. Put McFarland in a dangerous spot, but he adjusted really well. McFarland, of course, coming off of a pretty tough loss in UPenn, but come back and get the takedown there. Pretty easy work there for the grad student.
Taking that quick 3-0 lead now. Just on top of Varga here. Varga really struggling, trying to break free. Farland here grabbing his getting under the left leg here now.
And trying to crunch Varga up for far side cradle, but he'll drop that and continue to adjust as he works on top here. Coming under the arms. Trying to get wrist control here. Roll that wrist. Looks like he has an arm bar. He's working for it on the side. Gonna get a stall warning of Varga here. It's McFarland trying to work a little tilt. Can't maintain the control, but he's still got it locked up, so. A little cross face there. Now if he comes under the arm, he could get quite the little turn going here.
Great move there by McFarland, trying to keep with the momentum. Going over, keeping that position.
Now this is a position that McFarland loves to get into, the cross face, using the leg to turn the body and get some exposure. Continuing to adjust here, bringing the foot to the head, making it really uncomfortable for Varga there.
Seeing the Hofstra bench getting excited there, looking like there could have been a fall there, but Varga's gonna hold off just long enough to get here to the end. Farland picking up an extra point there before the buzzer goes off.
That's going to put McFarland up 7-0. He's going to defer going in the second period. Can watch here the tilt that McFarland set up. The cross face set up there. The leg turking the body to get the exposure, so good start here.
Exactly what you want to see from someone like McFarland, who moved up to the 184 class and has done great at it.
So Varga riding legs here, but so high on the body that McFarland's just able to kind of get him off of him and get to his own attack here and get another takedown. Really taking control of this match. Put himself up 11-0 really early into the second period. McFarland setting up another turn here. Oh no, go for the assassin. This is a brutal spot to be in. McFarland needs to adjust here, get his hips down and head up. Really bringing Varga over. But he'll get 4 near fall for that. Just dominant fashion, he'll get the tech fall 15-0. The Hofstra bench is on their feet as McFarland gives the team 5 team points to put them ahead of the Diplomats 15-13. So we see he locked up that assassin, just textbook, walked it over. Varga just helpless in that position.
Yeah, what a performance there from McFarland as he goes over to the Franklin and Marshall bench, shaking hands with the coaches. Great sign of respect there after easily the best performance for the Pride today.
That was beautiful, but we'll move on here to 2 more matches tonight. But Anthony, I believe these two have wrestled earlier this season.
You'd be right about that, Olivia. It's going to be Nicholas Miller taking on RJ Moore. They met at the Franklin Marshall Open just 3 weeks ago. Miller got the major decision 14-2 over Moore, so see if he's able to keep that dominant run against Moore, or if Moore can get his run back here. Bit of a redemption on the line. Miller, one of the 4 wrestlers for Hofstra with 10 wins on the season so far, 2-1 here in the EIWA. RJ Moore 7-13, but has been a bit better here in the conference season, 4-3, 2-3 in dual matches overall.
Miller controlling the center of the match right now, but pretty heavy hands. Miller with a collar tie. Miller controlling the center is forcing Moore to move. Trying to work inside. Miller will get to a leg and he'll get around. Trying to lift Moore on the edge of the mat here. Bring him down. Hofstra bench is calling for 3 and they'll get it. Miller will put himself up, 3-0. Now continuing to climb the body. Still got a foot in. That toe right by the line. But it's still in. And there they'll go out.
Good start there from Miller. Miller doing a great job. He had that win at the Journeyman Classic, taking his decision at 197. So he's been another highlight for the Pride so far this season.
A little caution there, just started a little too soon, but yeah, you're right. Miller was one of the 2 guys to get a win against the University of Pennsylvania. Really fought for that in overtime. It's kind of a highlight of that dual meet for the Pride. So Moore will get the escape there on the edge of the mat. He'll get reset here in the center. About a minute left in this first period. Moore with an inside tie. Miller with an underhook. Really pressuring on him, so Moore will get hit with a stall warning. So that's going to be 1 point for Miller. The cautions in the stalls, so.
Ease the pressure on him, Nick. Make him wrestle.
Referee basically telling Moore, you need to start moving.
Yeah.
You need to start an offense.
Miller doing a great job just holding on to that right wrist of Moore anytime he's trying to get underneath. Finds his opening, grabs that right leg. Great job getting another takedown there for Miller. Extending that lead 7-1 here as we have less than 30 seconds left in this first period.
Yeah, beautiful single there. Miller's offense is really starting to shine towards the end of the season here. So we're going to get to the end of this first period. Miller just going to ride it out. The 6-1 lead. Seems like it's a pretty similar story to the last time these two met, but as you can see here, Miller just did a good job of staying tight to the body and heavy pressure. But going into the second period, Miller's going to take bottom. Moore with dropped his hands there, but Miller on the quick escape put himself up 7-1. Both of these guys from Pennsylvania. Miller from Lock Haven, Moore from Ambler. Moore a junior, Miller a redshirt sophomore, so very high likelihood these two have seen each other before.
No doubt that they probably have a long history wrestling each other. Miller continuing his offensive assault, getting another takedown there.
So he's going to stay on the body here. Still go out of bounds. Yeah, but Miller, what was the word we used for Kyle Mosher? Overwhelming.
Yeah.
He's starting to pick that up himself, and so 10-2 right now as he gave Moore that escape, starting neutral, which I like that choice, trying to work for that tech fall. Still got just under a minute in the second period.
And Miller continuing to have that center mat control, just keeps moving forward. He understands that he's the one here in the lead and continuing to push forward, just continuing to be on the attack, on the offensive. Get another takedown here.
Yeah, Miller has just done a great job of shutting down any offense from Moore. So he's going to continue to work on Moore here. We have a stall on Moore, and so it's going to be another point for Miller. Put up 14-2 as we get to the end. Here, just a couple seconds left.
We're just trying to do anything to get out, but Miller just not allowing it, as you see here. Just a great move there by Miller, staying on top.
Yeah, great takedown there. Miller's been on fire on his offense, getting to the legs, getting deep, finishing strong. So Miller's going to give Moore an escape point here to start neutral. Once again, I like this choice. Miller's been really effective on his feet. So 14-3 is the score right now. Miller would need more than a takedown to get that tech fall. Right now, just major decision. Both guys starting to pick up the offense as Miller gets to the leg, switches to a double, and he'll get the takedown there. Make it 17-3. Franco Collin saying, let him go for it again. Good time, he's got a minute and a half, and he'll go for the takedown, and he'll get it. Nicholas Miller with the victory, 20-4. He beats RJ Moore for the second time this season.
Absolute dominating fashion again.
So see another takedown there. Just a beautiful double and way to adjust there for Miller.
At 285 pounds for Franklin and Marshall, the freshman from
Hofstra really picking it up here towards the end as we get here towards our final matchup here. It's going to be Brody Klein for F&M and then Danny Church here for the Pride at the 285 weight class.
So that win for the Pride was absolutely crucial. 5 points for the team. Make it 20-13. So now, unless something magically goes wrong and there's team points deducted or added, there's nothing you can do here. The Pride has won this dual meet. Even if Klein is able to put Church on his back, let's say, still be 1 point short. Church worked a little bit of a rush in there. Very different heavyweight styles here. Looks like Church is going to be a little bit more comfortable going for the legs than Klein. Two more Pennsylvania guys, Klein from Richland and Church from Erie. Little knee tap there from Church. Keeps looking at the legs but doesn't quite commit to it. Lots of forward pressure from Church. Not really working the sides or the angles. Church with a collar tie. Another little shot attempt, but you're not really committing, but you don't really want to get under. Right, 285.
Really gotta pick your spot here. Once you get under there, it's gonna be tough to fight your way back out.
But about 40 seconds left in this first period, but what a dual meet today.
Absolutely, it was real back and forth there for a bit, but for Hofstra, really relying on their big dogs there, their ranked wrestlers to really set the tone, get some huge victories along the way. You know, Nicholas Miller really having a beautiful match there against RJ Moore. Get that tech follow, put Hofstra up here, 20-13, and really seal this win. A really crucial win late here in the season.
Yeah, just a couple of duels left for the Pride, LIU and Drexel, and then one more tournament and it's off to the championships. But what's so crucial about all these matches is they start to impact seeding as you get to the EIWA championships. And first season in this new dual meet system, Hofstra's going to get a little boost here in the Independence division, only being beat by Drexel and Binghamton, two very formidable opponents, with Franklin and Marshall, LIU, Morgan State, and Sacred Heart following in descending order. But once again, I think that Church is going to get the escape here, just starting on bottom in the second period. Mosher and Miller are really the two that shined. Same thing that happened in the University of Pennsylvania matchup, but
Yeah, you really have been seeing the improvement from those two. Really leading this team, along with Ross McFarland, who had a fantastic showing today.
how could I forget Ross McFarland? Turning back to this match, though. Church got his point on the board. That was the most substantial attack attempt there. Church tried to use the underhook and do a little knee tap. Klein going for the knee now. Another guy really trying to set up a throw, which is interesting for how much hand fighting we're seeing, but Church cleared the ties there, just didn't follow. About 45 seconds left. Church with inside control. He'll get to a leg, but Klein able to just step back out of that. Klein on an arm, trying to do an arm throw, but Church does a good job of just dropping his hips. So he'll cover and he'll get a takedown here and put himself up 4-0.
Yeah, great response there from Church. You know, we kept seeing it, them pushing at each other, trying to get a throw in, and there it backfired on Klein. Church, a great response, was ready for it, gets the takedown.
That'll do it for the second period, but we'll see that again, that little arm throw attempt that wasn't much of an attempt at all, as Church just dropped his hips and covered the body. So lots of good body awareness from the Pride today, using Franklin and Marshall's attacks for their own. So Church will start on top in this third period, but Klein quick to his feet. So he'll get the escape and put himself up. Just kind of hanging on the heads here.
Both wrestlers just really trying to stay low, but either one of them wanting to get off their feet. They're perfectly okay here, just fighting in the neutral.
So Klein's gonna get hit with stalling. Just a warning as Church is starting to pick up the pace. The Hofstra crowd here, pretty enthusiastic about this heavyweight matchup. As Klein gets a little shot on the leg here, but Church just sprawling out. Use the ankle there. Just got to clear the arm and get around, and so he'll get 3 here. Put himself up 7-1 for a pretty easy just go behind there.
Yeah, Church just, neither wrestler really flashy or pulling out any special spectacular moves, but just some good wrestling, just keeping his composure, keeping control, and just winning the little battles.
So Klein's gonna get the escape there. Make it 7-2 with just about 20 seconds left in this first period. Riding time's not gonna be a factor here. So if the score stands, be a win by decision for Danny Church. But he's gonna keep working for a takedown, but it's gonna be a little too late there.
Saved by the buzzer there is Klein.
So Church is gonna win that one 7-2. Put the Pride up 23-13 is your final score here in Hempstead. But Anthony, what a tight matchup it was until Hofstra kind of took it and ran.
Yeah, it was a great matchup. Those first few matches where it seemed like Franklin and Marshall were just a little too much for the Pride, but I feel like the matchup between Mosher and Palmucci was a great turning point and a great job for the Pride to pull out this victory.
So with that, Hofstra beats Franklin and Marshall 23-13 at home. Pride is back in action next Sunday when they make a short trip to LIU for some more EIWA action. Once again, I'm Olivia Hilstead. Join alongside me, Anthony Hidalgo. Thank you for listening, and go Pride.